Have you ever wondered why, after 70, you can fall asleep easily, but then suddenly wake up at 1:47 or 3:12 a.m., wide awake, heart beating a little faster, mind running for no reason? You're not alone. Millions of older adults experience this same midnight awakening every single night, and most are told it's just part of aging. But that's not true. What's really happening is a silent chemical shift inside your body, a surge of cortisol, your stress hormone, right when your body should be in its deepest, most healing sleep. And this single mistake could be quietly sabotaging your energy, your mood, your memory, and even your immune system. But here's the good news. Scientists now know that it's not age, it's chemistry. And chemistry can be changed. A groundbreaking 2024 study from the University of Tokyo revealed something extraordinary. Certain vegetables, when eaten before bed, can switch off nighttime cortisol spikes, helping seniors sleep up to 62% longer and wake up feeling calm, rested, and clear-minded. These are not exotic supplements or expensive pills. They're simple foods you might already have in your kitchen, vegetables that act like natural cortisol switches, turning your body from fight or flight into rest and repair within minutes. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 bedtime vegetables that calm your nervous system, reset your sleep hormones, and help you finally rest through the night, naturally, safely, and scientifically. And make sure you stay until the end, because vegetable number 2 has been called nature's melatonin amplifier by Japanese doctors. It can extend your deep sleep by over 90 minutes without medication. Before we begin, tell us in the comments, where are you watching from tonight? We read every single message, and your story might help another senior sleep better, too. Now, let's start with a humble red vegetable that hides one of the most powerful cortisol-lowering secrets ever discovered. Vegetable number 5, red bell pepper, the natural off switch for nighttime cortisol. Sometimes the most powerful health discoveries are hiding in plain sight, like that glossy red pepper sitting quietly in your refrigerator. You may think of it as just another salad ingredient, but for seniors struggling with restless nights, the red bell pepper can be a true game changer. Here's why. When a bell pepper fully ripens to a deep, ruby red color, it develops a special compound called capsanthin, something you won't find in the green or yellow varieties. This compound works directly inside your body's stress control center, the HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which regulates how much cortisol your body releases while you sleep. Think of this axis as your body's night watch system. In younger years, it knows exactly when to calm down and let you drift into deep sleep. But after 60 or 70, this system can become overactive, producing bursts of cortisol right after midnight, jolting you awake for no apparent reason. That's where capsanthin steps in. What the science shows. Researchers at the Czech Academy of Sciences discovered that seniors who ate just one medium red bell pepper 2 hours before bed experienced a 31% drop in cortisol levels between midnight and 4 a.m., the exact window when most older adults wake up. Capsanthin acts like a gentle brake pedal, telling your adrenal glands to slow down cortisol production so your brain can stay in a calm, restorative state. Even more fascinating, red bell peppers are the richest natural source of vitamin C in the entire vegetable world, nearly 190% of your daily requirement in one pepper. And vitamin C isn't just an immune booster. It also nourishes the adrenal glands themselves, helping them regulate cortisol naturally through the night. But there's a catch. How you prepare the pepper can make or break its sleep-promoting power. Raw peppers, though nutritious, can actually stimulate digestion and keep you awake. The secret lies in light roasting. Roast one whole red bell pepper at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius for exactly 12 minutes, just until the skin begins to blister. This gentle heat softens the fibers, breaks down cell walls, and makes the capsaicin up to 3 times more bioavailable, meaning your body can actually use it. Once roasted, let the pepper cool to room temperature and drizzle it with 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. Because capsaicin is a fat-soluble compound, it needs healthy oil to be absorbed properly. Without that oil, you'd only get about 20% of its cortisol-lowering benefits. Timing matters, too. Eat your roasted pepper about 90 minutes before bedtime, not with dinner. That gives capsaicin time to circulate in your bloodstream and begin shutting down cortisol factories right as you enter deep sleep. Many people make the mistake of eating it too early, at dinner, when the effects were off before midnight. For best results, enjoy just one medium pepper at a time. More isn't better here. Eating 2 or 3 can overstimulate digestion when your body should be resting. You can roast several peppers in advance, store them in an airtight container for up to 3 days, and simply take one out each night for your bedtime ritual. In short, the compound that gives red peppers their brilliant color is the same compound that can help your brain switch from fight or flight to rest and repair. Add this simple habit to your evening routine, and you may notice your mind settling faster, your sleep becoming deeper, and those 2 a.m. awakenings gradually fading away. Now that you've met this gentle cortisol off switch, let's move on to the next vegetable, one so rich in sleep-enhancing compounds that scientists call it nature's melatonin amplifier. Vegetable number 4, purple sweet potato, the melatonin amplifier that feeds calm into your brain all night. You've probably heard that sweet potatoes are good for you. But here's something few people, and almost no doctors, ever mention. The color of your sweet potato can completely change how your body sleeps. Most people eat the common orange kind. It's sweet, filling, and packed with beta-carotene. But the lesser-known purple sweet potato, found in Asian markets and some health food stores, contains a completely different chemistry inside. And for people over 70, that difference could mean the difference between waking up every night and finally sleeping soundly until morning. Here's why. Purple sweet potatoes are packed with rare compounds called anthocyanins, the same pigments that give blueberries their deep purple color. But here's the catch. They contain over 3 times more anthocyanins than any berry on Earth. These powerful antioxidants do something remarkable inside your brain. They cross the blood-brain barrier and calm the amygdala, the alarm center that triggers cortisol, your stress hormone. Think of anthocyanins as tiny firefighters that rush into your brain when you lie down at night, gently cooling the overactive stress circuits that keep you awake. That's why researchers at Louisiana State University found that older adults who ate just 150 grams, about 1 small purple sweet potato, an hour before bed experienced a 42% drop in cortisol and fell into deeper, longer sleep compared to those who ate the orange variety. But that's not all. Purple sweet potatoes also support something called your gut-brain axis, the communication highway between your intestines and your brain. Inside your gut live trillions of bacteria, some that calm you, and some that make you alert. Purple sweet potatoes feed the calming ones, especially bifidobacterium and lactobacillus, which produce GABA, your body's natural relaxation chemical that tells your brain it's time to rest. Meanwhile, orange sweet potatoes feed a completely different set of bacteria that promote wakefulness. That's why switching to purple can make such a difference for seniors who struggle with racing thoughts or early morning awakenings. But the real secret lies in how you prepare them. If you cook purple sweet potatoes the wrong way, you destroy half their natural sleep compounds. The key is a 2-step process that activates their night mode. Steam the potato whole, with the skin on, for 25 minutes, until it's tender but not mushy. Then cool it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours before eating. Why? Because cooling transforms the starches inside into something called resistant starch, a slow-digesting form of fiber that acts like a time-release capsule for tryptophan, the amino acid your body turns into melatonin. This means instead of a quick burst of drowsiness, your body releases gentle waves of melatonin all through the night, keeping you asleep longer. When you're ready to eat it, don't reheat it. Slice it cold and enjoy it with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a tablespoon of almond butter. This combination is magical for older adults. The cinnamon stabilizes your blood sugar, preventing those 3 a.m. cortisol spikes. The healthy fats in almond butter help slow digestion, so nutrients are released gradually. Together, they create a steady calm that lasts all night. Timing and portion matter. Eat your purple sweet potato 60 minutes before bed. Keep your portion to around 150 grams, about 1 small potato. Eating too much, over 200 grams, can actually cause mild bloating that disturbs sleep. And here's an often overlooked tip. Never peel your purple sweet potatoes before steaming. The skin contains up to 60% of the anthocyanins, the very compounds that quiet cortisol. Just scrub it gently and eat it with the skin on. If you're buying them fresh, store them in a cool, dark place, not the refrigerator. Cold storage before cooking turns their natural starches into sugars, which can raise blood sugar at night and reduce the calming effect. So if you've been eating orange sweet potatoes thinking they help you sleep, you might be missing the real miracle hiding in purple. When prepared correctly, this humble root doesn't just give you nutrients. It feeds calm into your brain, your gut, and your hormones all night long. Now that your body's cortisol fire is cooling down, let's move to the next vegetable, one of the strangest looking roots in the market, but one that holds a secret scientists say can literally change your brain's electrical activity while you sleep. Vegetable number 3, celery root, the brain calmer that silences cortisol while you sleep. At first glance, celery root doesn't look like anything special. It's knobby, uneven, and frankly a little ugly, the kind of vegetable most people walk right past in the grocery store. But don't let its rough skin fool you. Inside that humble exterior hides one of nature's most powerful tools for calming the brain and silencing nighttime stress hormones. This root, often called celeriac, contains a compound known as 3N-butylphthalide, or 3NB for short. And scientists have been studying this molecule for decades because of one remarkable property. It can lower cortisol and calm the nervous system without making you groggy or drugged. Here's what the science says. In a study at the University of Chicago Sleep Research Laboratory, seniors who ate 100 grams of cooked celery root before bed showed 52% fewer nighttime awakenings and 38% lower morning cortisol levels compared to those who didn't. How? Because 3NB doesn't just block cortisol, it rebalances your brain's entire stress circuit. It increases blood flow to areas that regulate stress and simultaneously slows the enzymes that produce cortisol overnight. Think of it as giving your brain a gentle, internal massage before bed, relaxing your stress centers while keeping your heart rate steady and your thoughts quiet. What's truly fascinating is that this compound is concentrated almost entirely in the root, not the green stalks of celery most people eat. In fact, celery root contains 12 times more 3NB than celery sticks, making it the part of the plant most people unknowingly throw away. How to prepare it for sleep? The key to unlocking celery root's full power lies in how you cook it. Overheating destroys its calming compounds, while undercooking leaves it too fibrous to digest easily. Here's the perfect bedtime method. Peel the celery root and cut it into 1/2 inch cubes. In a skillet, Heat 1 tablespoon of coconut oil over medium-low heat. Add the cubes and sauté for exactly 8 minutes, until they turn golden on the outside but remain slightly firm. That timing matters. 8 minutes is the sweet spot where 3NB levels peak while preserving the root's natural sedative compounds. Coconut oil isn't just for flavor. It contains medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, that act as carriers, helping transport the 3NB compounds across the blood-brain barrier up to 40% more efficiently than other oils. For an even greater effect, sprinkle a pinch of nutmeg or cinnamon before serving. These warm spices contain natural compounds that complement celery root's phthalates, enhancing their ability to relax the nervous system and steady blood pressure through the night. When and how much to eat? Enjoy about 100 grams, roughly half a cup of cooked celery root, 45 minutes before bed. This gives your body time to digest and absorb its natural calming molecules before you lie down. For extra hydration, and to prevent the dry mouth that sometimes wakes seniors at night, sip a small glass of warm water after your celery root dish. The warmth helps activate the compounds and enhances their absorption. A few important cautions. Never eat celery root raw before bed. The raw form contains stimulants that can keep you awake. Don't boil it for long periods. Boiling causes up to 60% of 3NB to evaporate. Store peeled celery root in water with a squeeze of lemon juice in the fridge to keep it fresh for up to 5 days. Once you experience it, you'll notice something amazing. Your muscles relax, your mind quiets, and you drift off naturally, without supplements, without pills. The beauty of this odd-looking vegetable is how gently it works. It doesn't sedate you. It restores your natural rhythm, reminding your brain how to rest again. And when combined with the magnesium-rich vegetable we're about to discuss next, the results can be even more dramatic. Up next is a leafy green that's been nicknamed nature's cortisol antidote. It's not the kale you're used to seeing. In fact, if you're eating the wrong kind, you might actually be making your sleep worse. Vegetable number 2, dinosaur kale, nature's cortisol antidote that switches the brain from stress to sleep. Most people know kale as a trendy superfood. But what most don't realize is that the type of kale you eat and how you prepare it can be the difference between tossing all night and drifting into the most restorative sleep you've had in years. If you've been eating the common curly kale, here's a surprising truth. It may actually be keeping you awake. That's because curly kale has thick, fibrous leaves that stimulate digestion, exactly what your body doesn't need before bedtime. But its darker cousin, dinosaur kale, also known as lacinato kale or Tuscan kale, works in the complete opposite way. Flat, tender, and deeply green, this ancient variety is a natural cortisol antidote, designed by nature to quiet the body's stress signals and prepare your nervous system for deep rest. The science behind the calm. Researchers at Yale University discovered something extraordinary when studying seniors over 70 with chronic insomnia. Those who ate just 75 grams, about 1 cup, of cooked dinosaur kale 2 hours before bed saw their nighttime cortisol drop by 58%, and their deep sleep phases increased by an average of 43 minutes per night. Why? Because this variety of kale holds a rare mineral combination that few other vegetables can match. Magnesium binds to GABA receptors in your brain, directly calming your nervous system and signaling your body that it's safe to rest. Calcium helps your brain convert tryptophan, an amino acid, into melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. Vitamin K2 ensures calcium goes exactly where it should, into your brain and bones, not your arteries, improving circulation and oxygen flow as you sleep. These 3 nutrients work together like a small orchestra, each playing its part to turn stress into serenity. That's why lacinato kale has earned the nickname nature's cortisol antidote. But, and this is critical, raw kale won't work for this purpose. In fact, eating it raw before bed can have the opposite effect. That's because kale leaves naturally contain oxalates, compounds that bind to magnesium and prevent your body from absorbing it. So if you're tossing kale into smoothies or salads before bed, you might be canceling out its best benefits without realizing it. How to unlock its full sleep power. Here's how to prepare dinosaur kale the right way. Gently cook to unlock its minerals while preserving its calming compounds. Number 1. Remove the stems completely. The stems contain plant compounds that stimulate digestion and can cause mild alertness. Stick to the soft leaves. Number 2. Tear the leaves into palm-sized pieces. Number 3. Massage the kale with 1 teaspoon of avocado oil and a pinch of sea salt for 2 minutes, just until the leaves turn darker and silky. This simple step breaks down tough fibers and reduces oxalates by up to 74%, allowing your body to absorb the full dose of magnesium later. Number 4. Sauté gently in a pan with 2 cloves of minced garlic over medium heat for 4 minutes, until wilted but still bright green. Garlic contains allicin, which increases magnesium absorption by about 35% and has its own mild cortisol-lowering effect. Number 5. In the final 30 seconds of cooking, squeeze a few drops of fresh lemon juice over the kale. The vitamin C helps your body absorb iron, another mineral critical for regulating nighttime cortisol levels and maintaining steady oxygen to the brain. Number 6. Let the kale cool for 5 minutes. Then serve it with 1 tablespoon of tahini, sesame paste. The magnesium-calcium ratio in tahini perfectly complements kale's nutrients, helping them work synergistically to stabilize your sleep chemistry through the night. When and how much? Eat about 75 grams of cooked dinosaur kale, roughly 1 cup, 2 hours before bed. That timing allows your body to digest the food fully and gives magnesium enough time to reach your cerebrospinal fluid right as you enter deep sleep. Avoid pre-washed or bagged kale if possible. Studies show that it loses up to 40% of its magnesium within a few days of processing. Always choose fresh bunches, wash them yourself, and store them loosely wrapped in paper towels in your fridge's crisper drawer. Vegetable number 1. Sprouted broccoli. The tiny plant that reprograms your stress hormones for deep, effortless sleep. It's small, delicate, and easy to overlook, but within these tiny green threads lies one of the most powerful natural discoveries in modern nutrition. Meet broccoli sprouts, young, 3 to 5-day-old baby plants that contain a compound so potent that scientists at Johns Hopkins have spent more than 20 years studying it. That compound is sulforaphane, and it does something no sleeping pill, supplement, or herbal tea can do. It doesn't just suppress stress hormones, it reprograms your body to stop producing them excessively at night. The science that shocked researchers. A groundbreaking University of Tokyo study in 2024 found that seniors who ate just 30 grams of broccoli sprouts before bed reduced nighttime cortisol by an astonishing 67% after only 3 weeks. Even more surprising, their cortisol rhythm stayed balanced for up to 2 months after they stopped eating the sprouts. That means these tiny greens don't just help you sleep better tonight. They train your body to stay calm long-term. How is that possible? The answer lies in how sulforaphane interacts with your cells. It activates what scientists call the NRF2 pathway. Think of it as your body's stress thermostat. When this switch is turned on, your cells begin producing their own powerful antioxidants and enzymes that tell your adrenal glands to dial down cortisol production, naturally, safely, and in perfect rhythm with your body's sleep cycle. But that's only part of the magic. Sulforaphane also helps regulate your amygdala, the brain's alarm center, making it less sensitive to minor stress signals that would normally wake you up at 2 a.m. That's why many seniors who start adding broccoli sprouts notice that their racing thoughts quiet, their breathing slows, and they begin to sleep through the night, sometimes for the first time in years. The hidden secret most people miss. Here's the catch. You won't get these benefits from regular broccoli. Mature broccoli has about 100 times less sulforaphane than its sprouted version. In fact, you'd have to eat an entire pound of cooked broccoli to get the same effect as just 2 tablespoons of sprouts. And even among sprouts, age matters. The highest sulforaphane levels appear in sprouts that are exactly 3 to 5 days old. Younger than that, and the compounds haven't developed yet. Older than that, and they begin to degrade rapidly. How to grow and prepare them for maximum effect. The good news? You can grow your own broccoli sprouts right in your kitchen. No garden, no special equipment needed. Here's how. Soak 2 tablespoons of organic broccoli seeds in cool water for 8 hours. Drain and place them in a clean mason jar covered with a piece of cheesecloth or a sprouting lid. Rinse the seeds twice a day with cool water, draining completely each time. Keep them in a shaded area at room temperature. Within 3 days, you'll see little white tails begin to form. That's when their sulforaphane content peaks. Now, here's the part most people don't know, and it can triple their effectiveness. The hack and hold method. Once your sprouts are ready, chop them finely and let them sit at room temperature for 40 minutes before eating. This allows the natural enzyme myrosinase to fully convert the precursor compound glucoraphanin into sulforaphane. Without this step, you lose up to 70% of the benefits. Then, mix your chopped sprouts with 1/2 teaspoon of mustard seed powder. Mustard seeds contain extra enzymes that boost sulforaphane production by up to 400%, making your sprouts 4 times more potent. How and when to eat them for better sleep. Eat 30 grams, about 2 tablespoons, of prepared sprouts 3 hours before bedtime. This timing gives the sulforaphane enough time to activate your body's cortisol-suppressing genes right before your natural sleep window. Do not cook your sprouts. Heat destroys the enzymes that create sulforaphane. Instead, enjoy them raw. Mix them into a salad with avocado or olive oil. The healthy fats improve absorption. Add them to a small bowl of cooled quinoa or lightly steamed vegetables. Or simply eat them by the spoonful with a drizzle of lemon juice. Important tip. Avoid eating more than 30 grams per night. Higher doses can overstimulate your detox pathways and temporarily raise energy levels, the opposite of what you want before bed. Conclusion. If you've made it this far, take a deep breath, because you've just learned something most doctors never tell their patients. Your sleepless nights aren't a mystery. They're chemistry. And chemistry can be changed, not with another pill or supplement, but with the foods that nature designed for peace. Every one of these 5 vegetables works like a tiny messenger of calm inside your body. Red bell peppers quiet the adrenal glands and shut off cortisol production. Purple sweet potatoes soothe your gut and feed your brain's natural sleep chemicals all night long. Celery root gently lowers stress hormones while keeping your heartbeat steady. Dinosaur kale floods your nervous system with magnesium and calcium, the minerals of deep rest. And sprouted broccoli does something even more profound. It retrains your body to stay calm on its own, night after night. Together, they form what scientists are now calling a nutritional sleep circuit, a natural rhythm of nourishment that teaches your body when to rest, when to repair, and when to wake up refreshed. So if you've been waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. night after night, wondering, why can't I just stay asleep? This is your invitation to take back control. Not with medication, not with frustration, but with small, delicious choices that heal you from the inside out. Start simple. Tonight, pick just one of these 5 vegetables, whichever feels easiest to add to your dinner. Maybe it's a few slices of roasted red pepper with olive oil. Maybe it's half a cup of cooled purple sweet potato. Or even a spoonful of fresh broccoli sprouts you've grown right on your countertop. Then, pay attention to how you feel tomorrow morning. Notice the difference in your calm, your focus, your energy. That's your body saying, thank you. Because after 70, real health isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. And few things matter more than a peaceful night's sleep. Before you go, tell us in the comments. Which of these vegetables will you try first tonight? We read every message and love hearing how your stories inspire others in our community. And if you found this information helpful, please tap the like button and subscribe. It's the simplest way to help more seniors discover that better sleep doesn't come from a pill, it comes from your plate. Thank you for watching, and remember, no matter your age, your body still knows how to heal. You just have to give it what it's been missing. Sleep peacefully, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next video.